here. I believe the last video I posted was a room tour, so I thought it'd be fitting to like restart with another room tour, updated thing of like what I've done in the year that I've been gone, and then go from there. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is my planted aquarium, as you can see. You might be wondering why there is a rock on the log there. It's because I didn't fully waterlog it before putting it into the tank, so I fully planted the tank out, had everything going pretty well, and then it started floating, so I just took the rock and put it on the top so that it wouldn't like float up and ruin everything. So I'm just leaving it on there for probably till the end of the month, just to make sure that this big log is fully just solid and won't be floating. I don't want to ruin anything in the tank, so I'm just leaving it as that. But yeah, this is my community tank. As you can see, there are a few plants in the top left there that are just floating up. It's because I decided to buy burrowing catfish for this tank before I decided to like fully plant it. I always had plants in my community tank, but they were more with this big leaf style on the left there with like lots of roots and stuff. And those ones have always been doing okay. They haven't been getting uprooted too much or at all. But the stem plants in the bottom right there, they've been getting knocked out of the ground every now and then by the burrowing catfish, just because, you know, they're underground and knocking stuff around, but that's okay. Overall, I really enjoy this tank. I think it's come a long way from where it was. It used to be my 55-gallon aquarium, but I got this tank gifted to me by my cousin. So I decided to set it up and plant a tank and use the 55s for something more interesting, which I will go over next. Yeah, this is my planted aquarium, and on to my South American cichlid tank. I apologize, half of my room is a little bit loud. I've got 5 tanks over here, so there is lots of filter noise and stuff, so I hope you guys can still hear me okay. This is my South American cichlid aquarium. I have 4 tiger oscars, 2 jack dempseys, a jaguar cichlid, 2 large plecos. Then there is also some African cichlids in the tank. Sorry, the camera does not want to focus here. Those guys are in here simply because they were getting too aggressive for my African cichlid aquarium and they were killing other fish, so I just moved them over into here for now. I am actually rehoming those fish, I believe, because they don't fit with the South Americans, they don't fit with the Africans, so there's no really, I have nowhere for them, so I'll be rehoming them shortly here. Also, I do know that this tank is mildly overstocked. I did that on purpose, so, you know, don't complain in the comments or whatever, but yeah, it's overstocked because I did that to reduce aggression within the aquarium. So I've had, at one point I had just these 2 Oscars in a short body Texas that I'll show you guys in a minute here. That's in a 55-gallon. And the Oscar, like the 2 Oscars that are in frame right now, they'd fight constantly. But now that there's more fish in the tank, they only have like dominance disputes every now and then, but for the most part, everyone's doing okay in here. Yeah, this is my South American cichlid tank, and I will show you my stack of 55 gallons that I built with my dad. So yeah, on to those. Alright, so this is my 55-gallon African Ziggler aquarium. It is in a stand that I built with my dad. Like I mentioned before, on the top is a different tank that I'll cover in a second. But yeah, you can see, of course, as soon as I film this tank, all the fish are hiding. You can maybe see them kind of in the rocks at the bottom left there. There's a baby kind of swimming through it. But yeah, this is my African cichlid aquarium. I don't want to zoom in. Oh, there, on the right, you can see one of them. There is not nearly enough fish in this tank. There's only about 5 adults. So I want to get a few more and kind of just build out the community in the tank so that they're like breeding and swimming around and stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited for this tank. It's an ongoing project of mine. All my tanks are. But this is the main focus of mine, really. The light that I had on this tank burnt out a little while ago, so I just got this one on there today. So they're a little, they're still getting used to it. It took me so long to get it ordered in and stuff. So they had lights off in the tank for probably 2-3 weeks, and they just haven't been used to having a light on all the time. But they're finally starting to come out again, so that's been really good. But yeah, this is my African cichlid tank. There's not a lot going on, and I will be making more videos on this in the future when I'm buying cichlids and that sort of thing. And then above it, oh sorry, there's a reflection from the blinds back there. And once again, this tank also has no lights. I did order them in, but Amazon has decided to not ship them yet. They said they'd come in yesterday, and now they're coming in on Sunday, so it's a bit of a pain. But as you can see, got a peacock bass, convict cichlid, short body Texas, 2 featherfin catfish, a large pleco, and of course the silver arowana at the top there. Now I know this is only a 55-gallon tank, meaning it is too small for all of these fish. I have a 90-gallon tank in my living room that I'll be moving them into temporarily and letting them grow out even more before finally moving them into my 120. And I know that is also too small for them when they're fully grown, so I'm either going to get a larger tank or rehome them. But for the meantime, I'm just enjoying them. I'm growing them out to most that I can, like to the largest they get for me. And then if I need to rehome them, I will. If not, I won't. Yeah, these guys, this is my favorite tank. The bass is so much fun to feed. So the glare is, I was trying to block it, didn't work. The glare on the tank is not great. The bass is one of my favorite fish for sure. Same with the arowana. It's so much fun eating them. Occasionally they'll jump out of the tank and bite my fingers when I'm dropping pellets and stuff in there, which is a little annoying. But yeah, this is my Stagger 55. So if you guys have any questions about it, let me know. Have any suggestions for African cichlids to get, let me know. I'm going with a Mbuna tank, so I want to keep with just them. Probably going to go with more yellow labs and that sort of thing, just because I really like the bright yellows, so that's the plan. Yeah, after this I will show you my 10-gallon tank. I want to go back to this one because this one's my favorite. I'll show you my 10-gallon tank, and then after that I'll insert the clip of my 90-gallon tank. Up there I've got like a Vieja in there and a few other guys, an Oscar and a Salvini cichlid on the other side. And basically that's like my grow out tank, as well as for fish that I'm selling. I am selling the Vieja, someone's picking it up on Sunday. And after that, I'll be moving these fish into that tank. I know this tank is too small for them. I know the 90-gallon is too small for them for when they're fully grown. But in the meantime, it'll be a good spot for them to grow out even more. So yeah, that is this stack. Also, the top 55, once these fish are out of it, I will be making it into a South American community aquarium. So like convicts, firemouths, blue caras, that sort of thing. If you have any suggestions for fish to put in that tank, or suggestions to go a different way with the aquarium, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm definitely not taking it down. So I'll be doing something cool with it for sure. Yeah, on to the 10-gallon tank and then the 90. Alright, this is the last tank that I have, and I already know that this tank is super overstocked. There's also kind of a weird mishmash of fish in here. There's a yellow lab baby in there who I moved just so he can have a larger space to grow out. And there's a few koi, and there's one koi, a bunch of goldfish, a opaline gourami, and then an African leaf fish in here as well. I'm not sure where he was or where he's at now, but I saw him a second ago. This is kind of just my tank where I move like problem fish or whatever. So the gourami and the leaf fish were messing with other fish in my community tank, so I put them in here for now. And initially it was just them, but then it got too cold outside for all my goldfish and koi, which I had in the pond, so I've just thrown them in here for a few months before I get to put them back outside. So they won't be in here for long. It was either that or I feed them to my fish, and I decided to like keep them alive. So I got this. It's really filtered. There's a hang on the back and a sponge filter in this tank. So it's the hang on the back's good to like 55 gallons or something. This is only a 10-gallon tank, so they're doing okay. It's a bit cramped, but nobody's died, and I do water changes regularly, so they've been thriving in here. There's one fish at the back that's not doing so hot, but other than that, everyone's doing pretty good in here. Yeah, that is my 10-gallon aquarium, and I'll put the clip of the 90-gallon next. This is my 90-gallon aquarium here. This is more of a, I just use it like a quarantine and grow tank for the time being, but I have plans for it in the future. With the arowana and peacock bass from the other room, that tank will be moving into this tank here really soon. I am actually selling this guy here online currently. Somebody is coming to pick it up this week, so I'm filming this this tank prior to filming the other videos, just because I want to get this tank filmed and feature this kind of video before I do sell him, because I'm selling him this week just so I can do more stuff with this tank. But this is my Vieja, I believe. I bought him a while ago, and he was in my 120-gallon South American Cichlid tank. But he just outgrew it, and then started becoming aggressive with everybody in there. But you know, he's a lot of fun. You know, he responds when I put my hand above the tank or whatever. He swims up to it, and sometimes he'll try and eat my finger. But yeah, he's a lot of fun. I'm excited to see him go, but it is the right thing for the fish. The person who's getting him is putting him in a 220 gallon aquarium, so it's better than a divided 90. As you can see on the other side here, it is a grow out for this tiger Oscar right there. So I have the 4 on the other tank. I bought 2 online. This one I want the smaller white one. In the South American aquarium over there, he was just a bit small to go on with everybody else. So he's in here, and then there is also a Salvini cichlid that I'm trying to find, but I am not sure where he's at right now. That one usually hides underneath that stone arch in there. Yeah, this is my kind of quarantine tank. Well, not quarantine, but isolation tank, basically. But there are big things coming. Soon this will be my arowana and peacock bass tank. So when I move the fish, I will be sure to film that and post that on YouTube as well. But yeah, this is this tank.